skip niggas and secret agents, smiling nigga persuasion, black, white, Latino, and Asian, speaking Jamaican, in the Middle East nation, here's the equation, the haters looking at the eye, like a Bobby Yellow suicide, it's the
BUB-IT podcast. Another video. BUB-IT podcast, say peace. BUB-IT podcast word for the day is going to be relationship. The old unhealthy subject of the modern day black community, relations. So, as it were, BUB-IT podcast word for the day is relationship. Ugh. More than just a couple relationships, and as usual, I'm mostly focused on my own community. I will never tell, not even my own community, how they should get down. I could advise or not advise. I could suggest, I could subscribe to a theory. I could give my opinion, but I am not in a position to claim to know what anyone should do. I would never tell or suggest another ethnicity on what they should do in their community. I wouldn't even suggest on how another ethnicity should handle or deal with my community. My only thing is my community I really believe need to stop giving a fuck about what any others think about us, and be prepared to handle, deal with, take care of, provide for our own shit. Just my idea. On the Dr. Umar side of the game, I don't agree with everything him or anybody says, but on that one I would agree. I'm one of those ones that, for my own personal life, I would rather have a black woman on my arm. I don't subscribe to dealing like interracially for me. I'm not against it for anybody else that is black that wants to do it, because like I've said also on these word for the days, every in my personal life example that I see of that, they flourish. Every last one of them, they flourish. But I don't know every interracial where black is involved in it, person or persons that are in a relationship. I don't know every all black people across America that's in a relationship. So relationships, as far as the actual, what would come to your to the primary thought, relationships, and even relationships, how we are handling each other. I might not get into the whole business aspect of it, but like friend circle too, because like we are allowing social media, the antics, the popular narratives to bleed down into our households and our circles. Whatever's trending. I know a dude personally that he not fucked up, but he ain't like no millionaire on top, super well off. But this motherfucker be online trying to put it out there like this nigga just big 5-starring it everywhere he go. I ain't gonna say the name or nothing, because I talked to and nigga, if you see this, I just was clowning your ass about this. But I mean, I ain't here to blast you on social media. Nobody know the fuck I'm talking about. That don't know us. But it's hilarious, nigga, and one of those mindsets that old traditional idealist, as it were. Which, okay, that's cool. I don't think there's shit wrong with my brothers that do feel that the traditional, what we consider to be traditional here in America, I don't have a problem with a person thinking that's the way it goes. I don't have a problem with thinking that that's played out and they should do it different. I don't have a dog in a fight, because I don't want none of that shit around me. I love women. I mean, like, but I would never want, I don't think I ever want, I've considered this, but I don't think I really truly ever want a female actually residing with me ever again. My own opinion. Residing, like, permanently, like, motherfucker gotta come home and this motherfucker is just there. No. So however y'all want to do it, I'm not gonna say either or is wrong. It is true that everything that we call tradition in this country is mostly steeped in some sort of denomination of the Christian ideology. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. Do what you do. But the fact that the social media narratives bleeding, and then people reach back into these seemingly righteous or self-righteous aspects of what a relationship should be, and they reach back and grab it out of these old doctrines to cater to their narrative, and then they'll disregard other aspects of it. Men do it, women do it, yada, yada, yada. So, my overall thought on the status of relationships amongst black men, black women, and to be fair, it's not always that, but in my community, because I don't want to cut out a black man or black woman who might have a significant other, married or not, that is not black. So in my community then, because you do become part of our community and our culture when that happens. The status of it is, why I say it's not good and horrible all the time, is because of where our focuses seem to be. A lot of people who I've personal life met, when I used to, I don't as much interact on Facebook. Well, actually, I don't do it at all, really interact with people, but on Facebook, I used to interact with people and have these conversations. It's terrible because a lot of us don't even have our own real ideology of how we would want this shit to operate. And when that's out of whack, everything else is going to be out of whack. How men deal with other men, our brothers. I'm not talking about the goofy shit. I'm not talking about the that alternate lifestyle shit. I'm talking about solid men. I know brothers these days, they can throw the word alpha in front of whatever make you feel good, my nigga. Whatever the fuck you think you are, that's cool. But men, dealing with men as men, not laying with men like a fucking woman should, or I'm not talking about none of that goofy shit. I know a lot of my people, all my partners, when we talk about these things, well, as we talking, the niggas go pause, man. I'm like, my nigga, you must be really thinking about that shit, because I know what the fuck you mean. You don't have to pause every motherfucking thing you say. I'm from California, nigga. That shit don't come from out here. But that's a tangent. Anyway, the relationship status is horrible because a lot of females are grasping onto this pro-vag, maybe it's feminist, maybe it's not, perspective of I could do this, and I've been told that I don't need a man. I might want to. That's cool. I'm glad you don't need a nigga. I wouldn't mind a motherfucking broad working, even if I was up. If I got paper, yes, I'm gonna provide. I always have. I've always had. When I was on my game or am on my game, I don't mind providing, definitely don't mind protecting. But I don't understand why a lot of our brothers are upset with women who are proclaiming that they don't want this anymore. Who cares? Like, why are you really mad about that? Like, women say, I want a job, and a man, well, you're not going to be desired. You're not going to be a wife. That bitch don't want to be a wife. And I say mad because it seems like a lot of these podcasts, and a lot of them I watch. I like podcasts as much as I like documentaries. I like information. I like perspectives that are not my own. I like the opportunity to learn something. I like the opportunity to learn something. But along with allowing social media to bleed into our cultures and our ways of life, we also are weaponizing words. Like, that's something that I understood women to be doing. Women that say words like traffic. I know that there are, not all, but I know that there are women out there that like to set fire, throw the match and run and hide their hand and use the state to get motherfuckers locked up. A lot of brothers are having these podcasts, these conversations where they are very upset with this. But I'm like, there's no reason not to be upset with this, especially if it's a false flagging bitch. If there's a bitch out there lying on a man and getting a man a situation. I understand the frustration with that. But instead of going on social media and threatening to pull up and actually get the bitch foot whooped, whoop her feet, get her feet whooped. But if it ain't gonna happen, why we arguing? Why we arguing online? Definitely with grown men, not the young brothers. I don't understand why they do it either. Get online and be arguing with people who, across the nation, no particular state, people who they are saying or the caption, you never know with these captions, it can all be clickbait. But on Rumble, on YouTube, whatever you're watching, and apparently it's that they're arguing with some group of guys they don't get along with. I don't understand that shit either. Perhaps I got time to talk about that in a second too, because that's under the umbrella of relationships, how we handle each other, how men deal with men as men. That's one thing. How women deal with women as women. I always hear y'all don't like each other, y'all are in constant competition. I see a lot of women that are talking more pro-women shit. And a brother on the podcast made a point. Yeah, unless the bitch sleep with your man. Now she's a funky bitch. Hypocritical, and no, because emotions get involved with it. The reason why our shit is so horrible, and I say our shit because I'm black too. I'm not in a relationship. I don't give a fuck about that stupid shit. But at the end of the day, not stupid, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Let me say that. But at the end of the day, a lot of these conversations of why it's so fucked up is because I still feel brothers is focusing on the brides, what they doing and what they not doing, and the sisters is focusing on these niggas, what they is and what they ain't doing. And everybody wants to come to the table and have these debates, and all the shit always end up with, oh, we agree to disagree, or we don't agree to disagree, but we damn sure disagree. So, women value and looks is a lot of a woman's value to a woman. Of course, it's going to be more than her looks and sex. That's a female you talking to. She's not going to see that. As a man, we damn sure know that I can't work at whatever low-level food chain and get invited to a high-end party. I'm no good-looking, pretty boy-ass nigga. I'm a rough-around-the-edges ass man. So I got to go do something else to be invited to the party. I got to have that paper. I got to be up. I can be up. I can be physically fit. Boy, on the workout side, the game ain't doing too bad right now. Sidebar. Self-congratulatory, excuse me. But that's what I gotta do. You could be ugly and out of shape as a man and be a small-end millionaire or a multi-millionaire, you're gonna still get in there. A female, however, could work at a lower fast food joint or whatever and just go doll up and make herself look the part. If you pretty, you coming. Not so well given on females who may not be considered pretty. The optics of it. You know, I don't subscribe to the whole, thanks for trying trophy and pat on the shoulder and everybody. Okay, all my people have a beautiful, I guess, thing to them that some of us just, like me, you gotta dig to find the shit because it ain't like a motherfucker looking at you like you're beautiful. Let's keep it 100. Some of us ugly. Let's just be real. Some of us fat and out of shape. A woman that is not optically pretty to men or optically gorgeous or whatever, be it that rather you think the face is 10, because that's the standard scale that people judge on, a dime as they say, rather you think the face is standard 10 or not, what the body is or not, whatever it is, she could be on a low level and get invited into that party. She can. It's just a fact. Women's value as in regards to a man's psyche is usually based in the optics of it, the looks. Men can do other things to render themselves attractive to women, but we cannot be unsuccessful. I don't understand what the big beef is with women not wanting to be successful in regards to my brothers. A lot of men seem to have a problem with this. That's masculine behavior. Yeah, okay, you're talking about the tradition sense and the very ancient Christian denominational sense. Americans say, okay, yeah, that's cool. Roman, even Greek, even, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's your perspective. I seen a podcast where a brother said, oh, I don't mind a female going half with me. And every other brother in the room was like, oh, man, you a beta, you a beta. I got all this name calling and weaponizing these words. Nigga, you don't know what the fuck a motherfucker is. You know? Whatever a motherfucker want to call themselves. What I do notice is don't nobody line it up. And I'm an older man. I'm not out here advocating for violence and all that. I'm just saying. Brides alike, men, women, whatever. Whole lot of popping it on this motherfucking social media. And ain't no lineups. No nothing. Ain't nobody bust non-swap. None. Do I think they should? No, but if you're going to be woofing a lot of shit online, you should do something. You should really pull up and do something, in my opinion. I ain't going to say or shut the fuck up because I don't believe in silencing people. But we're antagonizing each other on these social media platforms, and then you wonder why a lot of the women platforms is about where men are lacking. A lot of the men platforms about where women lacking, and you're attacking each other. You know what I'm saying? Men who are doing well, of course they're going to talk down on men who are not doing well. That's innate, and that's an innate human characteristic, I believe. I'm up. Them niggas is bums. I don't really intend to ever come on from a judgmental standpoint. I mean, listen, I enjoy shoot games, mostly Call of Duty. Do I play Call of Duty or do I be on a fucking PlayStation every day? No. I'm getting old as fuck. What the fuck could I do for my young child playing fucking PlayStation 5? Now there's money in it. Just like all social media, you build the platform. You can start making money in it, yeah. If you've been doing it, that's cool. But I'm in a situation, if I'm gonna do it, I still gotta get out here and grind now. I can't just sit back in somebody's house rent free and build a fucking, what do you call it, a tinch or whatever it is when they play the game. No, nigga, TikTok, no. Most motherfuckers I know that do their own little pages and shit like this via YouTube, Rumble, whatever it may be, they still work. I don't know too many, but I know one person that I used to know that should be millionaire status. I don't talk to that nigga no more. I ain't talking to that nigga in years, not because of me, because rightfully so. What the fuck nigga doing talking to me? Nigga, ain't you supposed to be on a yacht somewhere, doing something somewhere else? I get it. But what I don't get is why a lot of brothers that are in that status have such a problem about the women wanting to endeavor in what they call it, boss lady mentality. It's a new age, homie. It's a new age. Like, everybody that has been, okay, so let me put it like this. Everybody who has been in a situation where they feel that they're being oppressed, eventually they organize and they rebel. So for brothers who don't understand women that are trying to rebel against the patriarchy, I mean, that might just mean that you're just straight up chauvinist. But most of us men, I'm chauvinistic in a lot of my perspective. I'm not better than nobody. My therapy and my self-work is teaching me to at least identify it and claim it. Does that mean I'm going to master it ever? No. I just recently said on the Word for the Day, if you are a participating agent in any kind of negative interactions with a woman or a man, woman if you're a woman, if you are in a relationship or in regards to a man, and a man in regards to a woman only, I'm never talking about that other shit. If you are a participating negative agent in a situation, you should focus more on that, not what the other one is doing. That's why relationships are so fucked up. Everybody always focusing on what everybody else did, or what you feel, or what about you. Self-accountability is an all-time low. I hear a lot of men, brothers say, women have no accountability. I done been in that mindset. I know a lot of them don't. I'm not talking about the one-offs, the exception to the rule. I don't even understand why certain people go, well, I don't move like that. Nigga, we don't know you. Woman, we don't know you. You can be the exception to the rule. That is entailed in that saying. You are the exception to the rule. Whether you are or not, I don't know, but there are the one-offs. Nothing's an absolute. Across the stage, though, the toxic, a word that is also weaponized, behavior, the environment of man and woman being so bad, a lot of it has to do with you're not behaving, you're behaving too masculine for a woman. Well, you're behaving too feminine for a man. Well, you're doing this, well, you're doing that, and there's no resolve. Even some of these podcasts, at the end of the day, they just all end up either agreeing not to disagree, or it go off with them arguing or whatever, or not agreeing to not agree. Either way it go, motherfuckers don't agree. You're not going to find a high-end traditional man if you're a woman of certain status. I can see the mindset of maybe a woman who's already had a lot of kids and worked her way up through a career, maybe not landing a dude who don't have kids, or maybe just one kid and been high-end, 6 figures or higher. They call that a value these days. Everything of value is attached to money, by the way. It has nothing to do with how intact your morale may be. It has nothing to do with how you may be spiritually. No, it's all intact to what your financial accomplishment is. A lot of people say, I got an LLC, I run businesses. That's cool. What I find, I look up some of these LLCs, a lot of this shit just open, nothing wrong with that. A lot of this shit is not in they're not in a turned around stage, meaning that they have been earning a profit on top of their overhead annually for at least 5 to 10 years. But nothing wrong with that. The whole attitude in my community that we all gotta be bosses, which is nothing wrong with that, but who's gonna be the employee, my nigga, for real? Some of you motherfuckers who claim wealth, because I don't know who wealthy or not, swear up and down that a motherfucker is a loser because they're a, bus driver, Uber driver. Motherfucker, who gonna make the cars? Well, we all get money and we can turn it over to AI, I guess. That's cool, nigga. Y'all keep playing with this AI shit. Y'all keep acting like the more smarter we make these machines and shit, it ain't a possibility that they gonna take over. But whatever, if motherfuckers like it, I guess I gotta love it. I'm supposed to be preparing myself for how I could get down and survive for me and mine, which at this point, mines are adults, a small child, that needs to be the focus. The brother on the page that said, I would never want my ex to go be off and be happy. Like what the, so you mean to tell me you want to have drama forever? Don't you know, my nigga, that if this woman is over here occupied and happy, it ain't no more drama. She shouldn't be bothering you, and vice versa for the ladies, vice versa. He shouldn't be bothering you. If y'all got a child together, that's more reason to just be cordial and both of y'all only communicate when it's about the child, and both of y'all function in what's best for that child. 9 times out of 10, as far as relationships go, and my community in America, we're not doing that. The child is used to attack the other motherfucker. Use a bum bitch, use a punk bitch for that, and use a goofy, suck-ass nigga for that. That is the dumbest shit ever. Anybody that uses a child to kind of antagonize the other significant other in that situation, I mean, that's some real devil shit, in my opinion. That's some real dumb shit. Ain't nobody it's like the motherfucker who at the job keep wiping their ass with toilet paper and putting the shit in the fucking trash. We can come out in the meeting and say that shit is nasty, that shit is gross. Ain't nobody gonna step up to the table and claim that. Ain't neither one of you motherfuckers gonna say, yeah, I'm petty, I be fucking with this motherfucker through the child. You gonna do little stupid shit and act like you're being righteous. You'll fall down the stairs one day, metaphorically or physically. I really myself hate motherfuckers that do sucker shit and run to the police and be antagonizing, big popping it. And if you slap the fuck out of them, not necessarily talking about no female, but if it is a female, nigga get a female to punch roll this motherfucking bride, she don't call the police. Unless she's a solid bride, she gonna stand on it. If you and niggas too, but if a nigga do that, the way society is set up, our whole manhood is non-valid. If you wolf and get punched in your shit and 911 as a man, you probably can't show your face where the fuck you live anyway. So that's neither here or there. But as that relates to relationship, the whole relationship environment. Fast forward to the issue with how men handle men. Grown niggas online arguing with each other. That's crazy. A nigga with grays in his, like, I heard a nigga be like, what's up with what you on, gang? Now, I can understand if that's how you talk with your people and y'all clown. But I'm like, nigga, is that a gray hair in your beard like I got? What's up, gang? The fuck? You gonna put on some skinny jeans, my nigga, in a SpongeBob hoodie or something, and tell everybody you ain't lacking, you got it on you. I don't know. I don't really know how to respond to a grown ass nigga who would say some shit like that. It's confusing. BUB-IT the Oddcast do say peace though. BUB-IT the Oddcast. I'm gonna do another one based on relationships. BUB-IT the Oddcast word for the day is relationship, and the relationship in the black community between man and woman, between each other, is horrible because we are all trying to trend. We are all trying to be what's popular. I swear to God, a motherfucker told me, you what's up, OG, what's up, you know what's up. I'm like, it's up where? I heard an old nigga say, you know, the only nigga I don't be around my ops. Op! Nigga, I hope you talking about an opportunity. What the fuck is you doing? What are we doing? BUB-IT the Oddcast say peace. I guess it's part one of relationship because I'm disgusting. Telling niggas they should keep their slave game up, they whip and they chain.